Let's get some analysis from Tarek Cherkaoui. Tarek is the manager at our TRT World Research Centre. Thanks a lot for coming in, Tarek. Why would they do this? Why would the Saudis order this operation? Whether it was even meant to be a killing or not, why were they interested in Jamal Khashoggi?
I think there are many elements to the story. I think Jamal Khashoggi is a very prominent journalist. He was both an insider and later on he became disillusioned with the rule of MBS. His main problem, in my view, was that he knew too much. He was covering Afghanistan and Bosnia and Algiers during the height of the terrorism activities in the early 90s. So he probably knew of some linkages and connections between the Saudi secret services and these elements over there. So that's number one. Number two, he also, now with all these changes after 9/11, he knows about these connections, and therefore he can also be helpful for the families of the people who are now trying to sue Saudi Arabia. So this is another problem. The third problem is that he was based in Washington, and Washington, as we know, is very, very important for the Saudi government, for the Saudi authorities. They want to have one narrative over there. They want to have the prevailing narrative. They want to say whatever they want to say without anybody giving a counter narrative. And Jamal Khashoggi was a very good intellectual. He knew how to address different think tanks and be there, be present at the table and discuss all the issues without any kind of baggage, without any kind of ideological lenses, which made him, for the fifth point, a dangerous opponent for the Saudi regime because he doesn't fit the binary mold, which is either he's a terrorist or he is part of some sort of political grouping or dissident grouping, and he didn't fit that narrative. So it made him incredibly dangerous for the Saudi regime.
You know, if we take into account previous renditions of minor members of the royal family, other Saudi nationals who have been taken from abroad and brought back to Saudi Arabia, how much credibility is there in the Saudi presentation of actually what was supposed to happen was this team was supposed to talk to Jamal, persuade him to come back to Saudi Arabia so he wouldn't be recruited by our enemies, and if Jamal disagreed with that, he was supposed to be let go. Is that credible?
I don't think there is any credence or credibility to the version of events circulated by the Saudis. No one, whether in the intelligence community, whether in the law enforcement agencies, I've listened to many observers over the past few days, no one is giving any credibility to this version. Actually, it was clear by the sheer number of people involved, by the kind of profile intelligence army people that were there, even like the medical staff, the forensic expert, that this definitely strike a blow to the Saudi narrative. I don't think there is any credibility whatsoever. Now, for the Saudis to regain the narrative, I don't think they have this chance. I think also the fact that Turkey is having a very good communication strategy, very truthful, very forthcoming, very gradual, and also there is a due process, there is a prosecution. I think that this has harmed a lot the Saudis who want to sweep things under the carpet, but it doesn't go their way.
What are the chances that there are dissenting voices, important dissenting voices inside Saudi Arabia at the way the kingdom is handling this now?
I think this botched operation actually backfired for the Saudi regime's attempt to muzzle critics inside Saudi Arabia. There is already, like yesterday, the Washington Post mentioned that there are 3,000 people in jail without any due process, without any trial, which is a lot for a country like Saudi Arabia. And I think now, with people having this exposure, the Jamal Khashoggi affair has given exposure to so many critics, so many dissidents, that it's it's backfiring for the Saudi Arabian to be able to maintain a certain a uniform one narrative within the country.
Tarek, really appreciate your coming in. Thank you very much indeed. Tarek Cherkaoui from our World Research Centre.